Episode 9 is getting closer to the end of principal photography, with ending of filming aimed for February of 2019. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, a lot of people have really been wondering exactly what's going to happen when it comes to Rey's path and Kylo Ren's path in this movie. What is Kylo Ren's endgame? There really is a lot going on when it comes to Star Wars Episode 9, and it's said to be the darkest Star Wars film in the sequel trilogy, and will also have a twist in the film that will actually surpass the I Am Your Father moment in Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back, which honestly I think is going to be very hard to succeed. Now, looking at all of this, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. When it comes to one of the set designs, things really do start to get interesting here when it comes to the characters of Rey and Kylo Ren. Specifically, what's really intriguing here is that Daisy Ridley is set to shoot a sequence this December over at Cardington, where she will be placed inside the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon, in front of a large green screen, which is said to be replaced by incoming TIE fighters that Rey will be taking out in a space sequence. Both Billy D. Williams and Eunice Watama will also be on set to film the sequence with Daisy. Another sequence will involve Daisy sprinting across a set in which lots of sand will be used on the ground and foam set pieces to create parts of canyons, and she will be running from one end to the other with her lightsaber prop piece. It's said the green screen used in front of her for this scene will involve some incoming speeders that explode by Rey deflecting blasts back at them as they crash into the ground, with pyrotechnics that will be used to create a tangible sequence. Adam Driver is set to shoot a scene that will actually have him talking to 3 First Order officers. They are all 3 extras with some little dialogue that they will actually interact with Adam. Adam is said to have many scenes using a similar helmet to what was used in the past 2 movies. Adam will be holding a lightsaber prop piece in front of one of the officers on his knees. This is a scene that points to Kylo about to kill one of his officers for failing something perhaps. Now, what's really interesting about all of this is I want to go over one of the sequences involving Rey, and this is, of course, the speeder sequence. Now, a lot of people have been talking about this speeder chase scene that was actually shot over in Jordan, specifically Wadi Rum. I don't know if you guys knew about this, but a major scene was actually filmed not too long ago. I believe it was maybe a month or so ago, over in Wadi Rum, in which a lot of speeders were being dragged by these big SUVs in order to create the effect, right? So we actually had Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, and of course Oscar Isaac as Finn, Poe, and Rey teaming up together, as a team going up against these new creatures, this clan, on whatever world this is, which I honestly believe it's going to be Jakku. That's just my 2 cents. And they're actually going up against numerous speeders. Even Rey goes on her own speeder that is very similar to the one used in The Force Awakens briefly, and she actually goes up against them. Now, this seems to be an extension of that sequence, except it's being done in studio, where she actually goes up against them and uses her own lightsaber in order to deflect blasts back at them. Now, what does this sound like to you? Well, to me it sounds like this is a parallel to what Luke Skywalker did on Endor, when he actually falls off his speeder, he falls on the ground, ignites his green saber, one of the speeders comes swooping back, and he starts charging at Luke, and Luke Skywalker deflects the blasts, and we see a similar thing happen there. Now, the same exact thing here seems to be done, except on a larger scale, with multiple speeders going at Rey. Now, I really wanted to look at this Kylo sequence in which Adam Driver, is actually said to have a scene talking to 3 First Order officers. Now, these characters are not going to be portrayed by any of the main cast members like, Kerry Russell or Richard E. Grant. These are extras with some little lines, right? Sometimes you do get extras that do have lines in movies. So with that being said, one of the officers will actually be put on his knees, with Kylo Ren holding an ignited lightsaber against him. Kinda reminds me of what Kylo did in The Force Awakens on Takodana with Rey, except she wasn't kneeling, I don't believe. I think she was just standing. So it's a similar thing in that sense, in which Kylo Ren seems to be trying to get information out of one of the First Order officers, or is trying to punish him for something that he actually failed to do in this movie. You know, it could have something to do with trying to go up against the Resistance and they failed, something around those lines. What do you guys think about these sequences that are to be filmed this month between Daisy, Billy Dee, Eunice, and of course we have Adam Driver? You know, I couldn't be more excited to see these sequences that will involve Daisy Ridley, Billy Dee, and Eunice Watamo. That means Rey, Chewbacca, and Lando inside of the Falcon for one of the space scenes in Star Wars Episode 9. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again. No.